Hey all, so I'm Michael David Salami. I gotta change my name to David Salami. I used to be a client of Clear Guidance Agency, which I believe is based in Needham, Massachusetts. And the folks that I knew from there was a Kathleen Quinn, Jeannie Collin, excuse me, Kreya Brown, Dan McShane, in the very beginning, someone named Sandra, Shelley Bernstein, minimally, also in a very ugly way, and apparently Jennifer Pilcher, their CEO, she knows me, I don't know her. She at one point supposedly sent me a letter that I never received that apparently got lost in the shuffle, if it ever was sent. But Shelley Bernstein, I had phone calls with her. She had hung up on me, outrageously creepy. She would hear my voice, and I don't know what the trauma history is or was, but she clearly has some trauma history. She got all creeped out. She would use a very toxic, subtle, toxic tone. Dan McShane and Kathleen Quinn were always lying, manipulating. You know, Dan McShane would lie to me and say he was going to recommend to Jonathan that Jonathan just give me $320,000 to buy the house instead of the water electricity money conditions, only because Dan McShane was making that lie just to manipulate me, because at that point, my preference was that he not give me the money to buy a house. So he was lying to manipulate me. Then Kathleen Quinn lies to manipulate, only because she didn't know that Dan McShane was factoring that, just trying to manipulate me, because she didn't like Dan McShane making that concession. She, like, you know, the coward way Jewish people think. Again, I'm Jewish, so this isn't me being anti-Semitic. I don't know whether or not she's Jewish. The name Quinn does sound Jewish, but she is very disrespectful of me, which implies not Jewish, but I'm the only one she's disrespectful towards, to the best of my knowledge. So with her being predominantly respectful, maybe she is Jewish. But anyways, Jewish people use that problem-solving skill a lot. When they don't agree with someone doing something, they just lie and say, that person never said that. But obviously, she would have agreed with Dan McShane in 2 seconds if he said, oh, yeah, I just told Michael that I would recommend that Jonathan give him the money because Michael doesn't want to do it that way. And Kathleen Quinn didn't realize that. And, you know, Mihaela Davenport says I have to tell everyone that Barbara owes me a wife because she sabotaged that woman in the other country, and then Jonathan will resolve this. I mean, Barbara does owe me a wife.